Um, mm, 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 mm. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-bow. Hello, my name is Margaret, and welcome to my arts corner of the internet. If you've been around these parts for a while, you probably know that I started watching BTS with their Black Swan because I was like, ooh, I hear that it's kind of contemporary, and I wanted to watch it. Then all of you guys found me, and now we're all friends. I thought that we would go back to it because I never finished watching all of the content that there is. That is something that I would like to do. So today we're gonna be watching another Jimin Black Swan solo because I want to. This one seems like it might be a little bit of a doozy with copyright, so forgive me if the version that you're watching is a little distorted. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this orchestral version. The lighting for this is impeccable. Ah, it looks like he's actually underwater. So beautiful. Oh, he gets nice height. He's able to pull out so much from the music as well. So many of like the intricacies of the melody he emphasizes with his body is like unfolding. Oh, did he just do an aerial? Ooh. Whoa. There's, okay. It's like eating like a steak, you know, like it's good for the soul, it's tasty, but it's like, it's hearty, you know? That might be one of my favorite videos of him dancing. It's the quality that he finds, that it's like this like flowy, but yet it feels like there's strength and everything, and it really feels like he is underwater and it's very flowy and graceful, but yet he is pushing against that resistance of the water around him. And it kind of makes me forget, especially with like the beautiful stage design, that like he's not underwater, because like you could trick me. He has there a really nice sense of release upon the floor. And so floor work can sometimes be like deceptively hard, because you're like, well, you're lying and crawling around on the floor. It can't be that hard, you know, compared to maybe like legs up in the air and jumping, because on the floor you gotta surrender a bit to gravity, whereas like when you're jumping you have to resist that. Well, the floor is like your best friend in dance, but it can also be a struggle when you're first learning how to like work with it. And so he has this great sense of flow and momentum on the floor, and he understands, he really understands how to use especially his head and like this big heavy thing as like a weight, almost like you have like a weight at the end of a string and you can kind of like fling it around, and it's easier to get like a nice smooth circle when you have a weight at the end of the string. But like this is fine, right? But if I had something weighting down on this, it would go in a more smooth circle. And so he knows this is like the weight at the end of the string. He knows how to fling that around to create really smooth, connected movements on the ground. And he also understands where to, I have a lot of teachers call it anchoring, where to anchor into the floor, which basically just means like, if this is the floor and this is my hand, boom. Now this is very tactile with the floor, and it's almost having like a conversation with the floor, and then you can push into it, and that push into the ground is what allows other parts of the body to come off of the floor. And so you can anchor with all different types of things. If you're doing a headstand, you got to anchor with the top of your head, and then the rest of your body can come off because you're anchoring with that. So he has a very clean understanding of which parts of his body are going into the floor and which ones are coming off, for again a very fluid, effortless appearance, even though floor work is often not effortless. Again, the camera work and the stage design is also just stunning. And here there's like such a complete surrender and then a restart. It's so stunning. There's that anchoring I was kind of talking about. This is where I feel like he's underwater, and I kind of had to remind myself that he's actually not. I also love how his hands and his head on those plucked strings are so softly engaged. You know, it's sharp, he's moving, but yet it's never abrupt. It's never out of nowhere. It's like this elongated energy stream. Is that what I'm trying to say? I don't know. There's just something so nice. It feels like you're writing in cursive, and then you do like a little flick at the end to like create like a little like tail to a letter. His movements just feel very cursive. His head, I think, is because he's letting his head trail and use like its full range of motion. I think that is one of the things that makes this, it gives it like feeling, I say, with absolutely no feeling. It gives it a lot of feeling. There's something about like this orchestral version of this song that just, it feels, I feel it in my gut, in my sternum, my clavicles. This is what I was trying to say earlier and just could not articulate it. The intricacy and detail of the fingers, but also the release and the use of the head makes this feel emotional. It makes it feel like it's not just movements, but almost that there is like a surrender to the movement, almost like a desperation to the movement. And I think coupled with just this feeling of being like surrounded by like water or the ocean is guttural. Then he just whips that out of nowhere. That also, like, he does the whole aerial, which just, and then like the whip and intensity of the next movements, it's like, it's never out of his control, but it feels like you're really teetering with that line. And there's still an amount of control over everything. He's not throwing or flinging, but he is moving fast. Almost like instead of throwing his energy out, he is throwing it to a point and then like recycling it back into his movement so that it almost feels more like a whirlpool. You know, he's not spraying you with a hose, but he's making a whirlpool, and it feels like it's about to bubble out of control, and then it just is like, boom, and then it's just over. It's like when there's like a huge storm and like you like go into your closet to like grab something, you come out and you're like, wait, why is it sunny now? Right? And you're just like, what happened to the now it's just gone. I have no more words, because that was so beautiful. That might be my favorite thing I've seen from Jimin. That's all I'm gonna say. That was so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go watch that like 4 more times. What do I say at the end of videos? Like, comment, subscribe. Talk about dance here. It's a good time. I have a second channel where I post videos of me dancing. Those are really fun, I personally think. So if you want to check that out, that'll be linked down below. Yeah, I hope to see you guys again really soon, and bye.